to do this thing. We used to do this thing where you don't make it in your time. The team had to make it in a joint time. So basically, we had to make we would do 40-yard dash, but the whole team had to make it in 17 seconds, and we didn't all run at the same time. We ran in groups, but the clock was still running the whole time. So the receivers and receivers would go first. Receivers and cornerbacks would go first. Fastest people go first, right? So, and then you got the running back, you got all the backs, quarterbacks, running backs, all of them, and tight ends and stuff. And then the linemen go last, right? It was reversed. Linemen go first, so slowest people go first, and then running backs, and then receivers would carry the right. You got your anchor, right? Basically, so like we had to make it in 17 seconds, but it's like as everybody knows how the 40 works, right? Like there's a very definite limit of what people can run, and this is at the end of practice, so it's not like you're fresh, and it's like basically everybody's running in 5, right? But because the linemen are slow, right? Like they're already running in 5s. That's their fastest time. They're gonna run it in 6. So then you got the running backs and the quarterbacks and stuff like that. They got to run it in at least 5, and then we got to run it in at least 5. You know what I'm saying? In order to beat the clock. It's a ridiculous, stupid exercise, and it makes you hate
fullback. I had to run with the damn linebackers.
Yeah,
that shit was. And then they're like, Smith, you lucky you short. You were a little bit too slow, boo. I'm like, okay, whatever. And so I ran my heart. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, dog. I ran my heart out every fucking practice.
Right. We gonna get started. Man. I'm tired, Joe.
What?
See, that's why you took the whole day. You take the whole day.
I'm tired, boss. Bruh.
I'm tired, boss.
That's it. Oh man. All right. Whoever joined us at this, late hour we're starting, definitely appreciate y'all. Welcome to the podcast ish. We're gonna get straight to it this week. If you can see my mess back here, this is where I spent all our podcast time, y'all. I apologize. So we don't have 3 segments for y'all. Really, we got 2, and they kind of abbreviated. We're going to do what's good, and then we're going straight into the topic of the week with this GameStop madness.
Did you find your table leg?
I did, and then I was missing a screw, but then I found the screw. It was bruh, it's been a long couple days. I'm trying to tell you.
Whole adventure over there.
Oh, man.
I was like, I use a whole table leg.
Bruh.
Like, hey, move, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. Come on, dog. This man hassling me. I'm going through it. All right. So, all right, who want to go up? Who want to go first? With what's good for them this week?
I'll go real quick.
All right, bet. What's good?
So, I watched WandaVision. That's getting good. They finally introduced no, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Oh, never mind. I spoiled it.
Basically, they introduced somebody who they thought we were going to introduce in Captain Marvel. And
right.
If you don't know who we're talking about, do your homework.
Watch Captain Marvel and then watch that episode of WandaVision again.
There you go. Also watched Batwoman. They have the Black Batwoman now since Ruby Rose left, whatever. So they
so we get the scraps like always.
No,
again, scraps. Now we're about to make some soul food out of it.
It's not the scraps. It's actually interesting how they have her now. Is that she's kind of like a ex-con because she got blamed for having drugs and her mom got killed
drugs
and stuff like that.
What'd you say, Carl?
So she got drugs. I'm glad it's not stereotypical. That's good.
No, of course. Yeah, like it's like black people don't exist to help write these parts.
Right. And so she ends up.
Y'all know how to write?
Oh man, no, we don't even know how to read.
No,
I'm not even talking about reading because I don't even know how to read. You know what happens to niggas that can read.
If that's the case, then I'm done. And then so she ends up finding a bat suit, and then she wants to get revenge for her mom's killing. She knows it is. It's pretty good season so far. People are kind of like saying it's a bad season, or it was a bad decision having the young lady take over for her. I'm like, whatever, fuck it. Just let the season go through, and y'all put y'all cast it in. Been watching World Trigger. They made a remake of Walker Texas Ranger. Been watching that. They got Jared Padalecki, who was played Supernatural, to do Cordell Walker.
I can't watch that show.
Where does that come on?
CW.
Oh, that's why I don't know.
He basically just quit Supernatural, which he'd been doing for 20 years, and started Walker Texas Ranger, which is
pretty much. I finished Uncanny Counter.
12, I can't hear you if you're.
No, I didn't say. I was just like, I mean, I thought Supernatural ended, but like either way, like, dog, that's a guaranteed paycheck.
No,
what you doing?
He just went right into another CW show because that's
you got money. What you?
But the reason I hate Walker Texas Ranger is because the black dude sucked at fighting. He was just there to be black. Oh my gosh. Walker would be taking out 8 dudes in a bar, and the black dude is just getting whooped in the corner by one. And it was just so. My grandfather loved Walker Texas Ranger. Like, that was his show.
Hey, listen. Old niggas
Walker
love
Texas Ranger and boxing. That's what my grandfather watched. And so I watched a lot of Walker, but I was just like, I couldn't stomach seeing a nigga just getting whooped in the corner while Chuck Norris just.
Hey,
I just hated watching it.
He beat a bear in that show.
He did.
He threw knees at a bear in that show.
Dog.
And nigga can't even beat a dude in a cowboy hat. I'm so mad.
I remember that. Yeah. See, that's why I didn't watch Walker Texas Ranger back in the day. I watched like Xena, Hercules.
Oh yeah, I watched
shows like that.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Because everybody on that show on the Xena and Hercules could fight. Like they could fight some type of way. Every black person could fight in some type of way.
I started doing those crossovers. That shit was
when they did the Xena crossover.
The first one, I was like, "What? These two worlds like the first world, cinematic universe." I was like, "What?" My brain was exploding.
I also watched Uncanny Counter on Netflix. It's the Korean show I was talking about last week. It was actually really good. It's very. Korean dramas are very like they tug on your heartstrings real good. Like.
I feel like that's what Sigurd's watching. She's watching some Korean drama. I don't know what the name of it is. It's probably that one.
Okay.
There's a couple of them on there. Like I searched for Uncanny Counter to add it to my list, and there's like a whole bunch of joints.
There is a whole bunch. There's Sweet Home, which is the one y'all not gonna watch.
Okay. Yeah. Let's move on.
This man. Hey, Carl, do not be with the shit, bro. All right. Go ahead.
And then to end it, I played Black Ops. That's still fucking crashing on me. So I'm thinking about.
You got a Series X. How is it crashing?
I don't know. It's fucking shitty ass programming.
Yeah, that game.
Somebody at Treyarch is fucking up.
I fucked up. That's what it was. That's what happened.
I was playing with JK and Crest, and my shit crashed twice in like 30 minutes.
Is it crashing on PC too?
Nope. I'm gonna find out.
No, I never crashed in that giant.
Nah, see that, and so I was thinking about like returning. I was like, I can't return it now. I can't get a refund for that shit.
Nigga, you prestige like 4 times. You
no bullshit.
I'm
about returning it.
Like you must be used to this shit now.
Yeah, that's what's gonna be in the response. You're gonna be like, yeah, I played 100 hours.
Like me in 2015
the game don't work.
Playing Master Chief Collection.
Hold up.
Are you
that's
getting
irrelevant to the case of the shit crashing all the time, okay?
They're gonna be like, nigga, it ain't unplayable because you done played it.
I know. You done played the shit out of it.
Didn't you?
You said about.
I'm shocked.
Hey.
That's the physical media getting stuck.
Nah,
Then,
that's JK doesn't buy. You don't buy this.
I don't buy
yeah,
this anymore. I stopped buying this.
You stopped like 2 weeks ago. You were
No,
buying
I've been
this.
stopped, Carl. Thank you very much. I've been stopped. Thank you very much. And
You're
then
the reason why GameStop stock is up. Sitting there handling, maintaining that crap, getting these discs.
Bruh.
saying, oh man.
Go ahead.
And then I played Ghost. I'm on second act now. I've been taking my time with Ghost, so
Yeah,
it's
Ghost
whatever.
is so much.
Ghost
Ghost
is
is
fun. I
so
don't care what
good.
nobody
That
says. That
shit
shit
is
fun as
Yeah,
hell.
I'm
that
thinking,
is
I'm thinking about
fun.
a copy of PS4
I'll be
for that.
slicing people up like salami meeting that motherfucker, dog.
That
Like
shit is so much fun.
you just hear it. I'm like, oh yeah, cut him up.
Face me.
Is that
Cut 'em.
And then
PS5
the
only?
dudes that come up to you like,
No, it's PS4.
Dog, when you see the little animation, you're like, I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. Let's go.
mm-hmm.
Is that one of the back compat supports on PS5 or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it runs pretty smooth too. It runs like it's on. It runs very smooth, so I like that.
I'm thinking about copying of PS4 to play.
Definitely do it.
I don't know if I want a PS5, but that game
Saw
is.
Nah,
one
you don't
for
need
the
a
first
PS5.
time Sunday. The thing is ginormous. I was like, oh my god.
You saw it in the store or you saw it
No,
at somebody's place?
So we're home shopping a little bit right now, early days, and we went to a viewing, and dude had what looked like a 70 or 75-inch TV. I'm like, oh yeah, nice looking house. He's got the PS5 right next to it, dude. Like, it's supposed to sit under the TV. It's protruding into the
Yeah, it doesn't
viewing of the
fit in any
television.
of the media centers.
So it's like covering part of his television. I'm like, I could not have that. You can't take away from all my pixels. No.
I had to put my
No.
shit
Huge,
on a
man.
separate stand.
Dog, you want to see this? How mine looks? I'll
It's
show you real quick.
It's at least as tall as Suave's PC in the background. It's at least that tall.
Bruh.
Oh, it's taller than that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the thing is super
It's
tall.
as tall as Carl's youngest daughter.
Yes.
He's Charles. I can't even put my
Oh my gosh.
camera on.
God damn.
Like, is it really that big, dude?
Yeah, dog. Look how big it is.
Wow. That's
Shit big as
nuts.
fuck.
Nigga, that look like
That's-
one of them 3-inch binders. The fuck?
Yeah, no bullshit.
God damn.
Show me your work head ass.
Dang. That's crazy.
Yeah, that thing's huge. They gotta come out with a slim version ASAP.
ASAP.
Something.
Like
So-
ASAP.
It's sad for
That
real.
shit.
So yeah, and then so far, I'm waiting for. I can't wait for the more Marvel movies or shows to come out.
Yeah,
And
I'm waiting
the,
on Falcon and Soldier.
Yeah, and then also
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. Yep, they got
Instead of
Loki
She-Hulk,
coming out.
Wait a minute. Whoa. What is that coming? Is that on
They
Max?
just dropped the teaser. It's She-Hulk. No, that's Disney. So
Okay. Marvel.
they just dropped the teaser like not too long ago. That joke was tight.
Is it? Are they
Yeah,
gonna
we got-
charge for it, or is it gonna be?
No,
No, it's like the
no.
Marvel shows. It's one of
Marvel
those.
shows they don't charge for
Marvel
it.
shows.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like
The
one
movies
of
they're charging. The movies they could probably still charge. HBO Max is not charging for all the shows or movies that are coming out. So they got
That's
Mortal
what
Kombat coming out
produced.
this year. They got
Matrix coming out.
Matrix. Yep. Yeah, all the movies.
They had a
So.
whole bunch of movies coming out. I'm gonna be all over that Max. Sure.
Let's see, and then yeah, I think that's it for me. I took them enough time. World Trigger, fire. That shit right there, boy. It reminded me why I watched that in the first place. Oh, and Attack on Titan, fire.
I don't know
Straight
about that one,
flames, literally.
I'm saving that. Can't wait till I start.
Literally, Carl, you won't be disappointed. I would say that. The first 2 episodes, it's a little action, a little slow. But once it gets to about 4 or 5, it goes down.
Which season you talking about?
Final season.
Oh, final
Mhm.
season. Okay.
And then Dr. Stone, fire too. Black Clover, fire too.
Dr. Stone. Yes, I didn't know that thing was back out. I'm excited.
Yes, sir. Second season. It get into the war. Stone Wars.
Wow.
Oh yeah. I gotta catch up on that
Wow.
shit.
I'm excited about that.
They already using the phone, baby. Dog. I've been
That
learning
sounds
how to
awesome.
mix shit in that show.
Oh yeah, I definitely pay attention. Trying to get some knowledge. Absolutely.
I'm like, it showed you how to make a black light. I was like, ooh, I can make my own black light. Bet.
They're dropping knowledge bombs in that show
Oh
all
yeah,
the
100%.
time.
All right, I'm done. Somebody take over because I took over enough time.
JD, you wanna go?
Sure, yeah.
Alright.
So, real quick, running through the comic pull list for this week. Picked up this one, Omni, which is a fantastic story. Absolutely enjoying it. Art's fantastic. Rather new publisher. H1 haven't really got much from them before, but it's like their flagship story for this month. Quick premise without spoiling too much. Gamma radiation, the whatever. Not exactly sure, but nevertheless, people wake up with powers all around the world. Our main MC, she is a doctor who was currently on a goodwill mission, kind of like Doctors Without Borders, basically, when she received her abilities. And then basically her ability is just that she thinks faster than any other human on Earth, which, basically makes her the smartest person on Earth. So the whole story kind of progresses with her, being a doctor that she is. She wants to understand how humans evolved this way, why they got powers, what makes a person have the powers they're selected with, why some people got powers, why some didn't. So the whole story, currently 3 issues out, is all about that. So far so good. My wife likes it as well. So definitely, I would highly suggest picking that up. Along with that, read through volume 1 through 10 of Invincible, which is a new Prime cartoon coming out. Invincible is a fantastic comic book series by Image Comics. Great story, great cast. I mean, Image Comics, if you really haven't spent a lot of time anything outside of Marvel or DC, but those are your normal flavors, highly suggest Image Comics because they have a great hero roster. They don't pull punches. Art is often very nice. Invincible is a great intro into Image Comics, and then from there you'll kind of be able to pick out different characters they have. Things like Tech Jacket is fantastic. AJ, I know you mentioned that, or maybe one of our other viewers mentioned that last week or sometime this week. But yeah, that was fantastic. And outside of that, standard anime picks, World Trigger, great. Season 2 is just absolutely just art. I'm loving it. I'm glad it's back. And Jujutsu Kaisen, fantastic. Dr. Stone's back, which has been great. I know you mentioned that. Beast, and that's been it for the most part. I don't think there's anything else pull list wise. Nothing anime wise. Oh, yeah. Real quick, I want to talk about Herb Anime, which is a new comic book producer. They kind of dropped their stuff for like their mixtape version 1, completely black owned comic book studio, kind of focusing on making and creating at the heart black stories with black characters, main characters, superheroes and such. And so far the art looks fantastic. The overall writing seems great, but they did a Twitch stream where they kind of broadcast the general stories that they're gonna have. They're launching with I think 5 different stories. But yeah, definitely keep a watch out for it. I would highly suggest going to urbananime.com and taking a look at their mixtape. And the mixtape basically shows kind of like the art style they're going to go with, along with a sneak peek of one of their main highlight stories. And it's just great. I'm really looking forward to it. Have some fantastic creators behind it. And that's it. Kind of going with a mix of like anime-ish, comic bookish, kind of storytelling. And I think they're going to do fantastic. So definitely keep a lookout for anime. And that's it.
All right, bet. Herb anime sounds interesting. I have to look that up. Put a link in the chat for anybody who wants to check it out. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All right,
I'll
let's
go
go,
next.
Adrian.
So for me, the normal stuff. So I obviously watched or read Solo Leveling, and part of my weekly routine now. To look, I'm glad I brought it to the group. It's a great.
Absolutely.
Tell me, it's just great. WandaVision, which is super weird. I enjoy it, but it's not. It doesn't feel marvelly to me yet. It feels like something else. It feels like it could be something like there was a little bit more blood and gore in it, like some creepy stuff happening. It could be like an HBO series. It's so not the way they told Marvel stories so far. So I don't know.
Lovecraft Country.
Well, obviously, I skipped that, but yeah, it's like kind of weird. I don't know exactly what's going on yet, but I'm willing to give it its fair shake. Right, JK said, they introduced the character from Captain Marvel, specific to the Captain Marvel like comics and storylines. And then I started World Trigger. I'm not going to lie to you. The art, the animation, and the character design. JK, you're muted. If you're trying to berate me, you might want to unmute your mic so that.
Berate you. I wanted to let you talk. I want to let you talk.
Okay.
I'll be respectful.
Okay.
But now since you did it, keep going. Motherfucker, keep going.
So the art and the animation, immediately I was like, I'm gonna stop this thing in the first 5 minutes. Like I'm gonna be out of here soon. I proceeded to watch almost 40 episodes in the last 3 days. So it's safe to say that I'm a fan of World Trigger. I pretty much.
That's what I'm talking about.
I've pretty much been binging it since I started watching on Tuesday. It's been on it's been on every screen in my house pretty much at one point in time, because as I move rooms and move screens,
Damn.
I just move World Trigger to one of those screens. so it's been like in my line of sight.
Trigger, add it to.
I was like, first of all, I was like, I'm gonna hate this. I can tell, because like I looked at the character designs. I was talking to Carl about this earlier. I was like, the character designs. I'm like, these guys are wearing windbreakers and jumpsuit. Look like they're wearing velour jumpsuits with little patches on them. Like, they use like these weird, like the guns made them kind of look lame to me. I'm like, these niggas using submachine guns. Like, it's not anime to me when they're using the submachine gun, like a compact or whatever. But then I was like, man, even the laser swords look plain. I was like, it just looks kind of like there's just no effort in design. But I don't know what it is about that show yet. I think it's the story is like very interesting to me, and I like the Yuma. I like Yuma a lot. So that character, yeah, that character himself is just somebody that I'm like, yeah, I don't know why, but that character just really, I like everything about what they're doing with that character. So I'm not nearly anywhere near where Tech is or where the rest of you guys are. Beast, I don't know where you are, but I'm not nowhere near season 2. I'm like a third of the way through season 1, because it's like freaking 80 episodes in season 1. Mm-hmm. So they're just gotten like that major invasion is closing is where I'm at. So but
Preston, you're next.
It's fantastic. You guys are right. For once, you guys are right.
That's Carl and AJ.
It's good.
You're next. You have to watch.
I don't know if Preston. I don't know if Preston can survive World Trigger. I don't know if he can survive it.
Listen, if you could watch World Trigger and not hate it and actually dive into it, I am having faith that Preston can rediscover his love for anime by watching World Trigger season 1. I have faith.
Man, you know what? It's all up in the air now. I don't know.
How many seasons is there?
If I have taste anymore, guys.
Season 2 just dropped. Season 1 has 75 episodes.
Yeah.
Why is that 75 episodes? That's crazy.
Because it's fire. But no, there was a manga first. It used to be in Shonen Jump. I was reading the manga when they dropped the anime, and I was like, bruh, yes. But yeah, they got a lot of material. So season 1 is. I mean, but shit, that's what you want. You always want to binge some shit, nigga. You don't want to wait for the drip.
Man, you'll never
There
stop.
you go.
No, but goddamn, 75. That's such a daunting number.
Bruh.
No, it ain't. You get there in a week.
Exactly.
Like literally.
Look, I'm halfway
get
there.
real quick.
I'm about halfway there, or I'll be halfway there by the end of this week. And I started on Tuesday, so yeah, it goes
Which
fast.
streaming service is it on right now?
I'm doing Crunchyroll, so
Crunchyroll.
probably Verve as
Okay.
well. But yeah, so I like I said,
And they
I don't
have
know
it
if I
where it's English
anymore.
to read subs if you don't want to.
It's dubbed.
Yeah, it's dubbed.
It's dubbed.
Because if it was
dubbed
sub, I
up.
would have survived it because
So-
I was like, okay, design, animation, not that great.
Episodes of Sub. Ran into that. Not thrilled about that. All right, so I got to that point, but yeah, it's mostly dubbed.
Yeah. There's a section in the middle that I think Carl was saying.
It's not in the middle. If it was in the middle, I would have felt even more rage. But since I was like, I'm kind of further down, it's fine. And it seemed like they cropped out this one little arc, so I think they're trying to throw shade on that arc. Like, we don't need that in English.
They be alright.
Right.
I've only ever watched the sub before, so I've never. I think I've watched like the dub in like the background sometimes. Like there's certain episodes like I'll pick out in like the dub, like the invasion episodes. Like I'll pick out a few of those in dub. And then like the ranking up tournaments, I've watched those in dub before because they're just fantastic action scenes. But
Reincarnated the Slime. That's another one. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's me. I'm done. But yeah, World Trigger's good, guys. Congrats, y'all got one.
Motherfucker finally admitted it. I marked it and everything on the stream.
5 out of 6. You're the last holdout, right?
Don't hold your breath. That's all I'm saying.
I would say I would like, but I'm not sure because I don't know what's going on with my taste right now that I like anything that you guys like, but
I feel like I should be offended. Frankly,
that's solo leveling, World Trigger. Like
I might have the same taste as Tech. I don't know if that really disturbs me.
Well, I mean,
it should.
I'm starting to get
disturbed for
over
you.
here. Look, man, I'm gonna look behind me like some crazy clown gonna pop out my closet and kill me. Like it just seems like something bizarre is gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
Let's bet.
All right, who wanna go next? Arkin.
I can go next.
Bet.
So I started playing Cyber Shadow. Came out Tuesday, I think. And yeah, it's a 2D side scroller platformer, kind of like the old school Ninja Gaidens or what was the other one? Forget the name of it, but
Strider.
Very what'd you say?
Strider.
Yeah, like old school Strider, like all those like old school 2D platformers that also have like hack and slash elements to it. It's super fun, super hard, but I'm enjoying it. I'm really fucking with the soundtrack. I got it for Switch and it's also on Game Pass. It was on sale, pre-order sale for Switch, so I picked it up. But yeah, really enjoying it. So hopefully next couple of weeks I should be done with it. I also finished Lupin. Finished that over the weekend. Great show. I can't wait for the second part. Because I want to see what happens to that fucker. I won't say anything else, but also playing Wonderful 101. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that, but it was one of the games that were trapped on the Wii U that just got re-released last year.
It's like Beautiful Joe stuff, right? Same
Yeah,
universe.
it's like the same. It's kind of like the same. It's basically kind of the same universe in a way.
Right.
But it's made by Platinum Games, people that are known for Bayonetta and Nier Automata, shit like
Yeah.
that. It is super fun. I have to like keep coming back to it because I keep forgetting the. So the whole gimmick behind that is it's kind of like Pikmin mixed with Bayonetta, if that makes any sense. So Pikmin, of course, you're gathering all your little like Pikmin or whatever, and then you do things. In this game, you're gathering your superheroes and you're gathering citizens, and then you form shapes that because in the Wii U days you had the gamepad, so you would like draw like a shape of like, for instance, if you draw a circle, it's like a fist, it's like a red fist. So you're like the Red Ranger, and then you can like basically punch big things and shit like that. If you draw like a upside down L, you become a gun and shit, all of that stuff. So um it's really cool. It's very chaotic. Sometimes I really don't know what I'm doing. Then I just like figure it out over time. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. And then playing Cold War with Suave and JK, and really enjoying that. Having a good time. Haven't had any crashes on PC. So Suave, once you move over to the 3090, that's just gonna run like fucking butter. So I'm eager to see how that shit runs on there. So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all. I haven't really been watching anything outside of Lupin. Just been gaming here and there, but that's pretty much it.
All right, bet. Who we got? Carl, you want to go talk about what's good with you this week?
Sure. So yesterday I did catch the Golden State game. I try to get a little basketball. I pretty much only watch Golden State games these days.
How are they doing?
Yeah, they're up and down. They're a little over 500.
Better than expected.
The
That's
season
what I know.
started off super rough, and then they hit their stride. And then Steph didn't even have that good of a game, and they won. Granted, the Timberwolves are trash, absolute hot garbage. But that's good to see that they're starting to figure things out where Steph doesn't have to be amazing for them to win.
He passed the Reggie Miller a couple games ago.
He did.
All-time three lists in like half the time.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
That's so crazy.
he's about to be, he's like 400 threes away from Ray Allen, and then he'll probably be in the 3,000s probably in the next 2 years. 3,000 threes in his career. That's a ridiculous number.
So almost assured he'll pass that next year.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, the only thing I've been watching. Let me emphasize only. No, I have not watched Black Clover. I have not watched Jujutsu Kaisen. It's been Trigger on for the last week and a half straight, son.
This is a Trigger on.
Trigger on.
Look. I think I don't remember.
My question for you, Carl, AJ, 12 and Beast. What trigger are you gonna have?
I think it's obvious that I'm a black trigger.
Just want a side effect. I want to be able to see the future. Like, you don't even need a trigger if you can see the future. Like, you out there just dodging sniper shots. I'll take that.
That's true.
I mean, I'm gonna foreshadow what we talked about earlier. But if I had a trigger, the stock market wouldn't stand. Not a trigger, but a friggin' side effect. The stock market wouldn't stand a chance. Like it's over. Like, GameStocks would be the least of their problems.
They gonna make up laws and put your black ass in jail.
Look, I'm getting in and getting out, man. I'm getting in and getting out. It's not gonna be like I'm not gonna
know my tactics.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna live there. I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna retire early and leave.
You can tell the future. You make $1 billion in one day,
Yeah, and then I'm out.
They coming to find your ass immediately.
Immediately.
They gonna be like, fucking did.
I wish they would. I could see the future.
Oh, true shit. Hey, well,
looking into
they can't catch you in that
everything, not
case.
Exactly. Get off.
Lupin would be asking me for tips.
So bullshit.
Nigga, how'd you get out of that?
Bruh.
Can't teach it. Can't
Can't
teach it.
teach
Sorry. Can't teach
But-
it. Can't teach talent.
Yeah. So I think it was Wednesday. So yesterday, I woke up early to help. So I live in Florida, so you already know Florida's reputation. This is another instance in where its reputation, it's well deserved. So how do you get the vaccine? From a supermarket, Publix. So you have to register. Don't ask questions. I see it on your face, Suave. Don't ask questions. It's
Don't
Florida.
ask questions.
It's Florida, okay? So you have to register on Publix's website for your spot to get the vaccine. My dad wants the vaccine, so I was waking up early to do it for him. Didn't get it. There was only 9,600 and change slots. They filled up quick. It was another console launch situation, so great. But I knew I had to wake up early for that. I still did not go to bed before 2 o'clock because trigger on. I don't remember the last time I went to bed before 2 o'clock. It's been at least a week and a half since I went to bed before 2. Because I gotta get in at least 3 or 4 episodes. Got to.
Hey.
So I think I'm on episode 70 or something like that now. So I started last week. And just like AJ, I can't quite put my finger on why I'm like sucked in like this, but yeah, I haven't watched the episode tonight, and it feels weird. So yeah,
Gotta get them episodes in.
got to.
Facts.
That's it. It's literally no
That's-
other content. It's
that's
just been
it.
it.
That's
Nothing
the
else.
whole.
That's
Oh,
everything.
damn.
Trigger
Alright.
on.
Good shit. All right, so for me, I finished season 3 of Ozark. That shit
Oh,
was
yeah.
crazy.
That ended.
I didn't see that finale coming at all. I was, bruh, they wildin'.
Yeah.
Finished Lupin. That was really good. I was not expecting. I mean, I was kind of like I feel like they were setting it up but I wasn't expecting this nigga to be free and go do that. Like, I don't know what I thought was gonna happen. You said what?
That fast too.
I'm saying, like, this nigga didn't sit nowhere. They was like, oh, nope, get him out of here. Like,
and then how the fuck did he know exactly where to go? Like right after that, like at least take like a day to be like, all right, where this nigga go?
Facts, like quick. This nigga was like, nah, I know exactly where these motherfuckers at. That shit was crazy.
And then
You know what I hate about? Oh, go ahead, Kristen.
Oh no, go ahead.
What I hate about like those kind of things is like you're really like you're like really rooting for the hero, and you see how that messed up a relationship. Like you're not looking at like you're like, man, if that wouldn't have happened, like there's no way you can come back from this. This happens, relationships are altered permanently. Like
Bruh.
whatever you were building towards, that's it. And you could see like it's like, man, this is one of those shows where the hero is just not going to be happy often.
Nope.
I mean, I guess I don't know. It'll be one thing, I guess, if they went there knowing like there was something going on, but this nigga is like acting like it's nothing, and then they talking, just let the little nigga. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Is somebody gonna watch this shit?
Sit right next to him.
He can't though. Like he would lose all custody. He was like, "Let me tell you what I do for a living. Let me tell you what I'm trying to do."
Right.
This nigga don't have custody though. He just
visit. They ain't got no arrangement.
He just take him for Aaron, and that's it.
That's true. He lose visitation rights though.
I mean,
visitation. Yeah.
They be like, nigga, you can't come over here. No, you bring all kinds of trouble with you. which is
Shit,
true.
that's what's about to happen now. Fuck.
Yeah, but I'm saying like he's the life he lives. He's not gonna like give up an opportunity to see. I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm trying not to say what happens. So. But yeah,
that's off the back of that train. I don't understand
Bro,
why.
I'm like that would have been in the fucking cargo hold. That was a wrap, nigga. Like it's over.
I was like, dog, you should have. Man,
should have broke that nigga neck right there. Like that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't come here threatening my fucking like it's over at that point. Like don't. I can't help you.
Yeah,
this nigga came out there, came back in that car. I was like, dog, see, you should have.
Yeah, I was like, oh nah, you fucked up.
Broke his leg or something. Did something hobble like just a little bit.
Something.
Just a little bit, so he can't, mount a counter strike.
Exactly. It's frustrating. But I guess we'll see. He didn't got out of some sticky situations here.
Yeah, I have no doubt he's gonna come out on top. The relationship is what I know.
Oh no,
that's he's gonna figure this out. This isn't one of Preston's thrillers. This is a nice show. So
nice show, right. Yeah, no, it's not a matter of if, yeah. It's a matter of when and how. Oh no, that relationship is shreds. Okay. I've been playing Black Ops. That's still crashing on me, unfortunately. But it's otherwise pretty fun. I feel like I'm definitely getting in the rhythm with it in a way that I wasn't really fucking with it when it first dropped, but it's been cool. I'm caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen, trying to see what's about to happen with your boy Yuji and Toto. I don't know. I feel like we haven't he fought he fought Megumin, but we haven't really seen Megumin's real strength, so it wasn't like a show of Toto's power, and so I'm trying to see what's about to happen with these niggas. So we'll see next. Well, I forgot what day it dropped. I don't know. Whatever day. And then I started WandaVision. I'm like halfway through the first episode. And I think I've already told y'all this. Told everybody the shit is weird. It is very strange. It's it's like 4x3 black and white, set in the 50s, and I'm just
Bewitched.
Wait a minute. Are we giving up pixels to watch the show?
No. The quality. You're not giving up pixels. No. They are mocking the format of black and white TV. So they're.
Yeah.
But he said 4x3.
No. You're not giving up the.
You're giving up a little bit of screen real estate, a little bit. Got the black bars on the side, but it is high quality.
That's what I'm saying. The pixels are the same. Oh, technically, I guess you can say you're giving up pixels because
black
you're giving
panels.
There's black panels.
There's
There's lots.
Yes. You won't notice it. I'm gonna be honest, Carl. Just don't watch WandaVision. It's not, or at least don't watch the first 2 episodes. Come into episode 3.
Then you're gonna miss some stuff though.
No, he doesn't need it. Don't worry about it. Just come into episode 3 because you're gonna give up pixels for 2 episodes because they're mocking the I Love Lucy, the Bewitched kind of type of television.
But yeah, I see what you're saying.
But
not mocking, but they're pantomiming it or whatever.
Yeah. They're making it. Those 2 episodes are definitely strongly inspired by that style of show. And it's it's a little weird, but I'm interested in I always like shows that kind of play with the format, and I like to. I don't know. I just like to see where they go with it. Like with Lovecraft, where I don't watch no fucking horror shit, and that shit definitely gave me nightmares, nigga. But it was so good. The black shit and the way they told the stories, it was worth it. I can say that now. I'm not having nightmares anymore. It was worth it. But
hold up, what gave you nightmares?
Lovecraft Country.
That gave you nightmares?
The girls.
regular.
Yeah.
Regular.
I'm a human being, sir. But yeah, so I'm interested to see what they're gonna do. I saw the little preview where like the third episode is in color, and it looked like they done jumped ahead to like the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see kind of what they do with it, and then a new episode is coming pretty soon, right? A fourth episode. I want to see what happens. I don't know. I mean, as y'all probably already know, I don't know a lot of the lore behind Scarlet Witch. I don't know a lot of the lore behind Vision.
Already, the way that they set it up in the Marvel universe is nothing like Vision was not created. He was created by Tony Stark,
but not created by Ultron.
But not he was created. Yeah, not by Ultron. He was created by Tony Stark, and it has nothing to do with the Infinity Stones in the comic.
Gotcha.
That jewel on the head is for drawing in solar energy. So he lives off. He completely lives off of the sun. That's where his power comes from. His strength comes from it.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, other than that, I'm liking it so far. I'm definitely laughed a little bit at the awkwardness. Him trying to pretend to be, a regular person. I can relate.
Yeah.
I think is that it? That might be all for me. Yeah, that's all for me this week. So yeah, that's that on that. So what we got next? Oh well, I think that's it. We skipping news this week because we got started so late. So we're gonna go straight into the topic of the league. Are we playing Rocket League this week, or are we going straight to Halo?
I'm not going to dispute going straight to Halo.
Yeah, I know. But I'm going to tell you right now, I've been on the winning team 2 weeks in a row in Rocket League. So
all right, we're gonna play.
I can understand why you guys are running straight to Halo.
Oh shit! Damn.
That's embarrassing. AJ's on the winning
team.
You talk all this shit, then I go practice, and then y'all be like, "Oh, this nigga's cheating."
Followed. Not myself and Carl. We're continuing from last week. Point blank period.
Only if we're playing Rocket League first. Because if we're talking about Halo just by itself, then no, I disagree. We should just mix match. But if we're talking about playing Rocket League first and then playing Halo, because we'll build up a lead. I know that. And then you guys can win all the Halo matches you want tonight because it'll probably end up being even in the wash. So.
All right. So we'll play some Rocket League, we'll play some Halo. They got a small little update they gave us, I think. All right, cool. But so as far as topic of the week this week,
stocks.
Yeah, we talking about GameStop. We talking about fucking
GameStock.
Yeah, GameStop. I'm saying GameStop on accident,
bruh. Talking about this, I don't know. It's a whole bunch of bullshit, man. Like, so where do you even begin? Some hedgies was trying to short GameStop, and these motherfuckers on Reddit was like, "Fuck y'all." And so, I mean, these niggas have lost, like the hedge fund niggas have lost more money than they were worth, right? Didn't they have to?
13 billion. Yeah, they filed bankruptcy.
They filed bankruptcy. And now, now these motherfuckers are upset. They, what I'm saying, like regular people playing by the rules they play by is not fair. And, we need regulation now. Like, I don't know what happened to the free market will regulate itself, but,
My question is, how do you regulate that? Like,
you don't. There ain't no regulators.
Make poor people stop trading.
No, there are regulators.
What rules would you put in place to say, oh, you guys can't talk about stocks on a forum? Like, are you going to remove conversation? Is that going to become illegal? Because then their jobs are going to
would be gone.
They can't do it themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys do that and make money off of talking about stocks.
That's how you know about what to buy and what to sell. Like, hey man, go buy this real quick.
Yeah.
Hey,
right.
Now there is a certain extent to it to where you can't
have insider information.
You have inside information.
Yeah,
you can't know. That makes sense. You're not even playing the game anymore. You're cheating. Like Crescent does a Halo. Like what you really need to do if you're gonna, there's no way to regulate this. There's nothing you can do. There's no rules.
I don't know. Maurice got a good suggestion.
Never deregulated,
bruh. I guess for me, the first thing that I would think, as far as regulation, would be to not allow people like under a certain income level or under who are less than like a certain amount liquid to trade like options, to trade like shit like that.
Yeah. I guess you're right. If they start making like using money as like a limiter, then yeah, sure. Then only the rich people will be able to trade once again, and
Right. And then you
uh,
want to go back to the 1920s.
yeah, but the poor people could still f that up though, because like they the poor people are the people who kind of like are the reason the businesses do well.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's like if the reason they're short in GameStop is because poor people aren't buying games anymore, right?
Not from fucking
Like
From them.
GameStop.
From them.
not from
Yeah.
GameStop, right?
No.
That's what I mean. They're not buying physical copies of games.
I
From
mean, except for
GameStop.
Maurice. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's got his whole trade in hustle going.
Yeah.
Don't mess with that man's hustle.
They're gonna start regulating Maurice.
Be like, nah, this one nigga. No.
They're gonna have his face up on in the GameStop today. Like, this nigga does not trade in shit no more.
Nah, man.
Hey, but for real though, like from this whole thing, I think it kind of showed, not taught us a lesson, but like it showed like if a good conglomerate of us, not conglomerate, what's the word I'm looking for? A good
Collective.
chunk of
It's a digital mob, man.
yeah. Like I mean, we could do the same shit. Like
Yeah.
imagine if every black person, well, that's hard to. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just say everybody invested.
Can't even do it in his fantasy life.
He walking on a tightrope.
I was like,
Let's just say this group of people,
Yeah,
for
hey,
your analogy
listen.
purposes,
There's
this group of
nothing
people,
that rich people, regulators, like fucking nobody can do against like collective action. If people if people get together and decide like this is what we're gonna do, nigga, that's what's gonna happen, and they can't do shit about that. And that's part of the reason why they're upset. Like this is not, you know what I'm saying? It's not part of the game plan. Like this is the way they make money. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers manufacture instability, and they profit. Like once regular people start getting together and like fucking that shit up.
That's when regulation. Yep. Who was it? Who's the comedian that said, if you want gun rules, put a bunch of assault rifles in the hands
freaking Rock.
Yep. In the hands of black men, and you will have gun regulation the next fucking day.
Chappelle said that. Chris Rock said regulate bullets.
If you raise the bullet to be
the price on bullets
$1 million, there'll be less gun violence in this world.
No, it was like $1,000 because he was like, man,
he's like,
they put $55,000 worth of bullets in his head.
No, he said, damn, are you really worth this $1,000? Let's just talk this shit out. I gotta get another job. You gotta put bullets on railway.
Gotta start driving Uber just to kill this nigga. Goddamn.
I have to go and pick up my bullet after I shoot it.
Yeah, but it is Chappelle. Chappelle said, every black person should register to vote. I'm not registered. He said register like he was gonna say vote, and then he said to be a licensed gun owner. That's the only way things are gonna change, and that's true. If every nigga was like, if every black person was had a gun, they'd be like, all right, well, we need to talk about these gun laws real quick.
Video of that though. There was a group of black people trying to go into this. It was during COVID or during the quarantine, I think, and they wanted to go into the store and buy guns. They all had licenses. They all had the money, and the store owner wouldn't let them in. He's like, I can't let you in. Y'all are a mob of people going to buy guns. Blah, this, that, and the third. And he was like,
if they were a real mob, they would have took your store. Like that's
like what?
No, they were a bunch of customers. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't have been able to keep them out if they were a mob. Like nigga, what is this? Like what the doors made of? Like reinforced steel? Like come on.
They didn't want to sell. Like it looked like they were selling to a quote unquote group of like a group of militia. I don't know, some bullshit.
No, I get it. It's what white people see black people in a group and think immediately, man, this can be trouble for us. But they see white people in a group and they're like, yeah, that's okay. It's so bad. Gathering.
It's so bad. Like when I'm at work, I was hanging like before my friend quit. Me, him, and a couple others. we were all, but we were just chilling outside, just talking, whatever, having a good laugh, whatever. He's like, "Hey, y'all gotta disperse." I was like, "What the fuck, disperse? There's only
Bruh.
3 of us." He was like, he said, "Well, that's enough to be a mob, and with us, they don't play that shit." I was like,
Oh,
"You know what?"
that happened to me at Bank of America. I was at orientation, um, and this had to be like a bunch of it was like maybe 200 to 300 like interns from like all over the country or whatever. And of course, like naturally, like as black people, we always look for other black people. And so when
Right.
It's how we
yeah,
feel.
Towards each other.
exactly. So we went up to it was actually pretty tight. They took us to the Panthers stadium,
Okay.
and they had like just like a little, you know, program and stuff there, like some little finger food and all that. We got to go out and on like in some of the box seats and shit. It was no football going on. It was in the summer, but we yeah, as we got in there, I started like looking around. I was like, oh shit, where are all the black people? Then we all just kind of like slowly but surely started finding each other, and then we came together as like a whole little group. And one of the motherfucking orientation helpers came by. He was black, and he came by. He's like, you guys, we can't do this. We can't do this. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, as black people, we have to, we have to go out and mingle with everybody else. This
Why?
type of stuff I've seen like ruin careers. I'm just like, but I look at all these Indian motherfuckers and they all like they're all
Bruh.
together.
They
Then
form
I
their
look
own
at all these
community.
white motherfuckers, they all together. Like, why the fuck? Why do we
Asian
always gotta
communities.
be? Why do we always have to?
We always got dispersed our shit.
Look, man,
Mhm.
something about so much melanin in one place, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. They might open a black hole up in that nigga.
Some Indian motherfuckers are darker than all of us. I was like,
Bruh.
dog,
That's how
come
black
on
holes
now.
are started. Did you
That's
guys
true.
Not, yeah,
Yeah, it's a bunch of niggas get together and
I'm
your
like,
powers
dog.
Next thing you know,
combined.
whole galaxy getting. Come on.
a
It
whole
was so
galaxy gets
fucking.
sucked in.
Touch on Black Hole Captain Planet.
I was like,
Yeah,
dog,
but
what
your powers
is?
combined.
Dog,
I'm
Nah, that
done.
shit is
that's
annoying
it.
as hell. That's
Super
definitely
I
annoying.
happened to
never
me.
understood
Like,
that. I never
I've worked
understood.
in places that were I worked in this one place that was majority. Well, it was the fucking postal service. Worked in the fucking postal service. Black people everywhere. Like my colleagues are black. The supervisors are black. Everybody is fucking black. And we'll be standing there. Like, I worked in maintenance. Like, nigga, we maintain. There's not something to do every minute of every hour of every shift. Like, like that's just not the nature of maintenance. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, like, sometimes we be standing around talking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, we only got like 12 people on the fucking shift. And niggas talking about y'all gotta disperse. Nigga, this to where? We ain't nothing to do. Oh, you gotta be on your assignment. Nigga, ain't the shit is running. If it wasn't running, y'all, I got a radio. Y'all could call me on the fucking like. The shit is like it's always fucking old black people who have, what I'm saying, like drank from this fucking poison cup and just
Absolutely.
want to terrorize like other black people. Like, dog, relax. What the?
Well, the thing
I got
is,
whipped. Now y'all gonna get
Yeah,
whipped.
exactly.
But
It's
not
fucking exactly. Got to
but
transfer that trauma.
you got to think about the fact that so sometimes they're doing it literally because they're really thinking about you, because like there is a stereotype of us being lazy, like just as people.
I mean, absolutely.
Somehow
That's true.
the people who pick the cotton are lazier than the people who enslave the people to pick the cotton. Like, I don't get it, but so
It's-
yeah,
it's
so
all
our
logic.
yeah. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Like, but I don't know. I find it ridiculous that because now that I've worked in industry, I've learned that we're definitely not the laziest people and that we work with. We're not. We work harder than most of them, and because sorry, throwing signals. We work harder than most of them because we're afraid that any moment they're gonna see us and think, "Oh, we suck." So it's like we have like imposter syndrome like crazy, because it's like, no, if I'm a nigga and I'm here, I can't be the worst. I gotta be at the top if I can help it, right? And if I can't help it, I need to make sure I'm not in the bottom, because as a black person, being at the bottom means that like they can really be like, do we really need AJ?
You
Like,
worse than the worst
what does
white
he
person.
really do? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And if you're a white person at the bottom, it's just you're just another person. Like
Yeah.
they thinking about your family. When they get ready to fire you, they're thinking about your family, thinking about your kids,
your
they're
future,
thinking about everything.
your career.
Right.
I
Yeah,
will
they don't
say
want to
this.
ruin your life.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's us, they're like, man, well, he needs to learn this hard lesson. They're always trying
Yep.
to teach us a hard lesson.
I mean, we
I will
tried.
say
This
this,
nigga just
though,
won't fall in there.
Oh, I
Definitely.
fucking hate that phrase of term. I'm trying to
What?
teach you a fucking hard lesson. I swear, I hate that fucking term.
You need to be in the hater ball for real. All these hate. I hate
in regards to this conversation, I will lead the fucking keynote.
I will say this though. One thing that I am so blessed and grateful about is that I had, out of my supervisors at work, I had 2 black supervisors. One of them looked out for me since day one. He was like, "Dog, just make sure you're doing your work, bro. Blah, blah, blah. Like, they gunning for you." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "Dog, they don't." It's like they looking over, seeing what you doing at your desk. I'm like, "What?" And I see the motherfucker do it too. I was like, "What the fuck you looking at, nigga? God damn!"
That's
They
crazy.
just want to make sure you working.
Hey, make sure I'm working, bitch. Go to your desk. Your desk is on the other side of the fucking cube. Like, on the
You
other side
didn't
of
know
the
their
fucking
job was
hall.
to make sure you do your job. You weren't aware
Exactly.
Fuck that shit, dog. Like,
That's why they get paid $30,000 more than you, JK. Is because they're also watching you secretly.
Yeah. Their job
That's
is
the
their
bonus.
job and overseer.
That's why in government it's supposed to be like that, but okay, whatever. But yeah.
Next time we sign up for we interview for a job, act like a white person so we could get a different job description. So you see a little fine print at the bottom, like, all right, this nigga Jeff in here, like we gotta keep watch on this motherfucker. So we need you to come in here. We'll add a little extra
A little something on the top.
15,000. Yeah,
snitch.
extra little
The
15,000.
snitches.
Snitches.
It's gonna be like that kid
Snitches
off
bonus.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
that
snitch
kid
bonus.
who did whiteface in Atlanta. He's like,
Yeah.
it was so creepy. That shit was so
Well,
funny.
No,
But
that
no,
is
like
absolutely
seriously
terrifying.
though, like it's definitely a blessing to have, like, because there's only, in my unit at the time, there was only 4 black people. Now it's 2, and definitely that he looks out for me, I look out for him, but he definitely, make sure I'm okay, make sure I'm good, this and that, because from day one they're like, man, like now they were like, "Jackie, what you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing. I'm chilling right now. I'm tired of working. I'm chilling." "Oh, you what do you mean you done? You there's still stuff to do. You still have work to do." But I was like, "How the fuck you know?" Like, and then they were like, "Oh, well, you do some of my work. You do this." I was like, "Oh, you mean the shit that I taught you to do? Cause you know how to do it." "No, I'm good." And I'm like, "Oh, well, you could be backup for me." I was like, "No, I can't be backup."
I feel
The whole reason why I'm off that shit is so you can take over. So
Shit crazy.
it's just like it just baffles me when, like, I can hear it, and I try to keep out, and I just hear it. I'm like, "Oh, don't do it, JK. Don't do it. Don't snap on them.
You need
They
this
ain't ready
job.
for it.
Don't do it,
They ain't
Miss
ready
Silly.
for it."
So we did it again. I'm gonna go ahead and acknowledge this. We started talking about one thing and then started bashing white people immediately.
Hey, they out here fucking up.
Black in this bitch, okay?
They out here fucking up. Like,
no,
fucking
I don't disagree with the direction, but I'm just letting you know. We were talking about GameStop. Now we're talking about white people.
Circling back to the GameStop thing. I mean, did any of y'all buy any of that shit?
No, I didn't know about it.
I bought AMC.
$400.
You're down?
So you bought $400 worth. Ain't tell no goddamn body.
How much you bought for? How much are you up, Tech?
Well, sorry, I have 4 shares. I bought it when it was about $100. So, technically still it's about $400. I do believe.
Yeah, that from what I heard, that thing's up sharply in after hours. So
Yeah.
you're gonna be
Is
you're gonna be
it?
sip,
Yeah,
you're gonna
take
be
a look at it
you're
again.
gonna be sitting pretty in the morning. Put it that way.
Yeah, but I don't know how long you hold on to that. How long do you hold on? Because this is not sustainable. The GameStop is a terrible
I
company.
don't know how long.
Oh, it's a
That's
horrible
the thing,
company.
right? I'm not sure how long I'm supposed to hold on to this shit.
Hey man, it's radioactive. You need to get rid of that thing before it completely melts down.
If I
You
were
hold
you,
on as long
gonna-
as you can tolerate the risk, and then you
Nah.
let that shit go.
Or you hold
I would
on
get
until
out of it
it's
every day.
right.
You said,
I'd get out of it. I'd get in and out every day.
yo, this man, Carl.
Look, you
I
can get
mean,
fractional.
you can, and you can buy when it dips
So
and shit like that.
yeah, so I'm like, okay, if you're doing 400, let's see what it's doing half an hour before close. If it's still looking good, we get out of it right before close,
all
and
that
then
shit,
see what happens in after hours. And then if it's still looking good after hours, go ahead and try to get in early. Just to me, you always take some profit off the top because it is highly speculative. So grab the profit as soon as possible.
So what you're saying is, Carl, I should give you some of my money to invest.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
That's not what
damn
he
it,
I mean, I
no,
mean,
no.
I mean, AJ, what are you doing? This
Fucking up this man hustle. That's what he
this
doing.
this guy's having a proposition out here. We should
He's
hear
gonna
it.
shut-
Right. You need to hear all the terms. All right, but
How dare you?
it's
I'm saying
I didn't buy
investing
any.
is risky.
Supposedly they trying to get this joint up to like $1,000 by the end of the something February. I don't know. I was reading a fucking Wall Street Bet subreddit. Terrible, problematic ass subreddit. But I mean, they in there.
It's
I mean,
Reddit.
they in there talking about it. I mean, not all of
It's
Reddit is
Reddit.
like that.
But like the Reddit is like the internet though, right? It's
Yeah.
defined by its worst parts. It's not defined by its best parts, right?
Dude,
You
I
can
can see what
adopt a kitten on the internet, but you can
see-
also do very heinous stuff on the internet.
That's
Both of those are happening simultaneously,
both true.
and
Very true.
we don't define the internet by kitten adoptions. True.
I mean,
if I was GameStop, I would sell so much shares just to
bro,
buy myself a couple more years of viability, or at least till we can like pivot a little bit.
like dog, if I
Because
was
this
like
will never
the
happen
time to
again.
pivot is right now because this is like
Exactly.
exactly it's never gonna happen. I mean, really, the time to pivot was like 5 years ago, but like you're getting new life breathed into your company, bro. Like it is like y'all niggas need to turn on a dime right the fuck now because
Absolutely.
this is it. This is like the last straw. Like GameStop is not coming back after this.
So let me say this: pivoting or buying extra time, GameStop buying extra time is like living a horrible life your entire life, and then at the end of your life, like you're about to die, trying to live an extra 4 years. Your quality of life is terrible already. So what are you?
No, the
like,
difference is this is
Yeah,
you could buy
I see what you're
immortality.
saying.
Though. This is an opportunity to literally buy immortality because if they pivot to the right thing, they get to live on another 100 years potentially.
But who they don't have that ability is what I'm saying. Like that's
Why?
not going to just show up just because they have time. Like they've been not doing that for basically for
But
the
they've
5
also
years.
their shares have always
Money
also
there.
been trash for the longest time. So, okay, let's say you want to pivot, right? Most of the time, if you want to pivot to something that's profitable, it takes money. They don't have that. How do you normally get money? You either borrow it or you issue more shares so you get some liquidity. There's no bank that's going to underwrite you issuing more shares when your company's trash and your stock price is trash. And then no bank is going to loan you money because usually your shares on hand is what they use as collateral for a loan when you're in a poor cash situation. So
Mhm.
they had no levers to pull. It would just them trying to be scrappy if they were going to pivot, which is hard to do if you're trying to make a bold move. They literally have billions of dollars infused into their company. Like, you better find a way to use
I
$3
guess
billion to go into a new direction. And if you
so.
can't
I'm
do
just
that, you
having
deserve
faith
to
issues.
die.
That's what I'm saying. I'm having faith issues. I think that this is just like I said, they're buying extra years at the end of their they have a terrible they're gonna have terrible quality of life. Basically, they're gonna live an extra 4 years, but
Gonna be on a
hate
respirator.
yeah, on a respirator, dialysis,
Damn.
Everything.
If
and
it were
taking
me,
60
if
pills
I
a
was
day.
on the board, right? The company, I think, is valued at something like 11 billion. I don't know how much shares the company actually owns,
hmm
but I would try to be like, okay, it's already going up. We probably have another 3 days to a week at least till this thing crashes. I would try to liquidate $3 billion worth of shares as it's still going up. 3 billion. All right. And then 2 billion is getting spent. I would go on a CEO hunt because this guy's a loser, whoever we have, clearly, because this company's trash. And I'm like, look, pull out all the stops, get the best guy, fresh energy, a young guy, tech person, but is a mover shaker CEO. And like, look, we're in a tough spot, but guess what? We're giving you 100 million signing bonus. Don't even worry about your compensation. We got you. Here are your targets. You need to make us cash flow positive. We need a profit of at least 200 million within 3 years. You have our full faith. You have the backing. We're giving you a little war chest. Make it happen. What do you have to lose? They're going to die anyway. That's exactly, if I was a board member, it's like, okay, I'm firing this guy, CEO hunt, and just figure crap out for us. Because it's now or never. They're never gonna have this kind of opportunity again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, come out with a GameStop console.
First
Hey,
off,
They ain't got the money for that. This is not that.
Man, the R&D.
Ain't no way.
KFC
They ain't got.
has a console, right? Or was
Yeah.
that a hoax?
Nah, KFC
Who?
got
KFC,
a. I think that's real.
that's an actual console. So if KFC can come out with a console, GameStop can come out with a
No, they
console.
can't. KFC's owned by Pepsi Cola. That's real money. They have real
No,
money.
look, consoles. No, you don't gotta sell a lot of units. Come out with a console and get people buzzing about because nobody's buying that KFC console.
I
So
don't know.
they're
You
gonna
don't want to
buy,
warm your
but that's
chicken while you
marketing.
play, Cyberpunk.
But then
Do y'all even fuck
that
with
nullifies
KFC
the
chicken
argument.
anymore?
No, I
It's
do
alright.
not.
It's alright.
Nah.
first thing
I
in
mean,
general,
There's better
Popeyes
chicken.
come
fried chicken.
There's better chicken.
It's
Um,
butt chicken.
but yeah. So I guess some of the, I guess going back to the events of the past couple days. So like, I don't know. This hedge fund lost billions and billions of dollars. Fucking Robin
This is
Hood.
just
It's
Oh yeah, what the fuck is like? So what's the ramifications for of Robin Hood
they got a
after
class
all of
they're
action
this?
filed
huge.
against them today.
Yep.
Damn.
For their, I guess their involvement. Oh, what the fuck? My fucking light
Oh
died,
shit.
bro. I'm
I was like,
dead.
"Dang, you turned off your camera?"
Robin
Nah,
Hood, they
so
listening.
they was like, fuck that nigga. No, so my light has a battery. I usually have it plugged up, but because I was trying to hurry up and get back in here, I was just running off the battery. But I was also running off the battery when I was taking pictures and shit back there. So I guess it's just done for. It's tired of my shit. Right. They heard me. They was like, nah, nigga, you ain't about to, not today.
They
Oh,
say you
no.
about to get turned off. We don't like what you're talking about.
We don't.
Absolutely.
The
So,
class action is just the beginning.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They
So
took down. They took the game share ticker like off their market. They weren't letting people buy it. Then they started selling people shares for them, and
Oh
like
shit.
they talking about they
they
gonna let
sold
people
people
buy
shares
Sounds
tomorrow.
very
without their
Robin
permission.
Hood like.
No,
They
it's
sold
not.
people shares without their permission.
That
Hood,
is
they
that is what I read.
They're not robbing.
Wow.
I
Robin-
did not confirm that, but like I did read that, and I was like, bruh, if this is true, like that's fucking disturbing, dog. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And so
Look,
they are.
it's Ebonics. It's Robin Hood. Like I'm robbing the
Robbing
hood.
the hood. Yep.
Get the fuck out of here.
Robin Hood.
Like robbing me.
Yeah,
That's
they
nuts.
robbing
And so then
the rich.
they there's a company that pays them for their trade data, so they know what Robinhood is doing like milliseconds before the trades go through, and that company is owned by the hedge fund that got fucked over. And so it's like it just seems a lot like fucking collusion out here, bro. Like
Well,
seems mad
Robin is
illegal.
partially owned by one of the hedge funds. So there's a bunch of hedge funds that are in on this whole shorting thing, but one of those hedge funds partially owns
Oh, shit.
Robinhood,
Oh shit.
so that are losing billions. So
Man,
there's
We need
conflicts.
to stop talking about this. They keep coming for Suave. I mean, they might come for us next.
You said it right.
Yeah, no
No,
bull.
I'm using Synergy.
They're
I'm on the
coming
wrong
for him.
screen
No.
and shit.
But
Okay,
AOC was on Twitch streaming tonight.
She's streaming
Mhm.
Among Us.
No, but she was streaming about this specifically.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
She's on, I think, Financial Services Committee. So mess around. We're probably gonna have congressional hearings, maybe in both houses.
I
And
need it.
so like Robinhood is just one thing. Like somebody applied pressure to Robinhood. It could just be
Oh,
know,
absolutely.
it could just be that hedge fund. It could be the regulators. We
There's
don't
probably
know
several
how.
hedge funds.
Yeah, it was
But
there was a conference call.
but
There's
what if
like-
it was
Angry
regulators
motherfuckers.
with? What if it was regulators with the hedge funds though? Like
I mean, it could have been like them niggas all in the same fucking bed.
exactly. Like it could get real crazy out
Absolutely.
here with that.
Crispy.
But this is
Like
just
bacon.
advertising for crypto to me. Like this is the reason crypto exists is for crap like this.
Advertising for getting rid of that whole
Who's
shit.
gonna shut you down for crypto?
It's advertising for getting rid of everything.
Like,
It's like,
well,
oh
like
no,
that
you
whole
wanted,
shit
you
is.
wanted too much. You beating us at the
Let's
at
not
an
start
audience,
over.
and we're gonna.
I just started getting stuff. Let's not
You
start
said
the whole.
no, not but like all of hedge funds and
Yeah, but that's where like you don't understand how much money is of our money is
Moving.
paid for that stuff. Like you know what I'm saying? Like how much of the economy's money is in that market. So it's like just burning it down and be like, oh shoot, where like now you're like where did my money go? Oh well, I just set it on fire because I thought I was setting their money on fire, but their money is my money. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
I mean,
I don't
Uh,
where
so yes and no. So like hedge funds don't manage your money.
yeah.
Let's just get that out. Like
that's true.
so
Unless you're
there's-
really rich, then they manage your money because that's what hedge funds do.
yes and no. So like hedge funds takes care of a small group of people. It's not like they don't run like huge funds. Like they don't. So the people that
Wait.
manage pension funds
I was about to ask
and
that.
401ks, those are whatever. Those aren't hedge funds. So
Okay.
no, hedge funds are in it for them and their homies, right? Hedge funds probably have, I don't know, maybe tops 1,000, a few thousand clients. They're not supporting millions of people.
No.
Now they generate billions and tens of billions of dollars per hedge fund, depending on which one. But there's no hedge fund that's out there for the little guy or managing little guys indirectly. That's not a thing. Like your teachers union pension fund, that's
Yeah.
an institutional investor, sure, but it's not a hedge fund person.
Okay. So it's not
Um,
like Warren G is not out there, or not Warren G. Warren G.
Warren
Warren
Buffett.
Buffett. Warren Buffett's not out there like managing like Iowa State's teachers.
Nah.
401.
Okay.
Warren Buffett.
He's from Nebraska, so Nebraska would have been better school still.
Warren Buffett has built a hedge fund out of actual companies. Like like hedge funds be like, okay, yeah, give me your money, stocks, overseas stuff, mix in maybe a little real estate. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna create a hedge fund by just buying whole companies. And that's my portfolio. It's just whole companies. Those, some people buy 10% of a company. I just get the whole thing. Why play with it? Sit on it for a little bit.
Niggas at McDonald's.
What's that?
Ah, man.
Buying like burgers at McDonald's.
Nah, Warren's a Dairy Queen guy. He owns Dairy Queen, and that's what he eats. Don't mess around with that McDonald's stuff.
Well, he's buying like Dairy Queen burgers and
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. He took Bill Gates to Dairy Queen. I don't think Bill Gates was able to finish his meal.
Bruh. I'm done.
It's like, I don't even feed this kid. This is the kids from Africa. Get this shit out of my face.
But Warren was loving it. He's drinking his Coke because he owns
Yeah,
Coca-Cola
Coke, yeah.
and Dairy Queen.
Warren's like, I own all this shit. This is my food.
Facts.
that's funny.
The weirdest thing at Dairy Queen is that they have to tip the ice cream.
Yeah,
rush.
the Blizzard. Yeah.
Yeah, they have to dip the thing.
They have to like tip it over before they hand it to you. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, look at that.
It's in there.
And then you should see the deadness in their eyes when they do that. Magic.
Oh
motherfucking
yeah,
magic.
absolutely.
Not the
Voila, magic.
Yeah.
You can tell
All
like
right.
they
Yeah.
hate that they have to do that. They're
Yeah,
like, this
no,
is
they're not with that shit. All right, y'all. I mean,
Service
we gonna see what happened. I guess. Like, I feel like what the fuck
I just
is
don't
going
want-
on, man?
Don't shake anything up right now.
You
'Cause
said
I'm just
just-
scared to try to make money.
No, I
So
feel you.
let-
I feel you. You know.
I'm afraid of mob mentality in any way, shape, or form because like we were saying before the pod, like I've never seen a smart mob. There's no such thing. They're all dumb. They always do something. Like you can can point them at something and they can achieve a goal, a task, right? But they're not smart. Mobs are not good at pivoting, right?
I'd
Like,
say-
we're gonna break up the city, and then they find out
All
they're
of them are dumb. I would say one.
I can see what you're saying, and I'll say for posterity's sake, like there's a difference between like a mob and like a collective.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah, but what I'm saying is like mob mentality, right? Like a lot of people join the collective with mob mentality. That's what makes it a mob, right? It's like it's a collective when there's a bunch of people, like the United States, right? Is that's what it is. It's a bunch of like united countries, basically.
That might be a mob. That might be
Yeah,
considered a
right.
mob.
And I'm about to get to that, but the way that this last election cycle was like this turned into a mob. It's like it was just like, hey, let's vote for my team. It was like sports. It became a group of non-thinking individuals. Like nobody was concerned about actual truth or whatever. So
Sort of like
I wouldn't say
like
nobody, but I hear what you're saying.
it's like a fan.
Yeah.
It's like the fans rushing the court.
No.
And
right.
game.
Nobody's thinking in a mob. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a line from Men in Black. Agent K says a person is smart, but people are stupid.
Yeah.
And that's what it means. Like individually, we sit, we assess, we think. That's the way we survive as a species. But as a group of individuals, we get super dumb.
So what you're saying? We're all dumb here.
No, there's only 6 of us. We're pretty smart. We're 1/6
We're
of our
fucking
normal
intelligent.
We're 1/6 of our normal intelligence, but you know, it hasn't been
You said
subdivided
we're
yet.
1/6.
We're normal intelligence.
I'm dead.
Yeah, but it hasn't been subdivided so far yet that we're idiots. So I think we're still pretty bright over here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, we do have to be careful
Good answer.
because, like, if the financial system sustains shocks, like January 6th will be like a walk in the park. Like we work from home. Like if payday comes and checking on our bank account and crap doesn't show up, that could be problematic. So they people are looking for their money, but they better watch how they're playing because stuff like this can spill over into other aspects of the financial system. So
And that's my fear. That's what I'm talking about. It's all connected. Like those people's that like that is part of the country's GDP,
But I'm
right?
less concerned about what Wall Street Bets is doing and what people are just doing in response. Like, okay, we're just gonna put a kibosh here because we have the power. Because it's just gonna keep escalating, right? They're gonna be like, oh, we have power, and they're gonna exert it. Great. Well, this is still the information age. Wall Street Bets, and then everybody else who's not even part of Wall Street Bets is gonna feel some type of way, and there's going to be a response. So, like, there would need to be a some point where you stop escalating and just let the market be the market. Like Wall Street Bets did nothing wrong. And people are trying to destroy that blindly, and that could be a really, really big deal that can affect not just Americans, everyone on this planet potentially. So, yes, I'm concerned about that.
I mean, we'll see. I feel like we gotta stop. We'll put a pin in it. We'll put a pin in it. No, I guess to keep it short, I feel like there's a lot of people who the effects are already so negative for that it's like, I mean, what's the point? What else have I got to lose to this system?
That's what I would say to people. A lot.
I feel like the people in those situations would disagree with you. But I understand, like, in a person who's in a situation who is more similar to yours, I would probably more so be more ready to agree with you.
If you're in America, right? And let's just say you're the downtrodden right now, right? You're in America, downtrodden. Let's say you're on unemployment. You receive unemployment.
Shit, who the fuck receiving unemployment right now?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Let's say you are. Let's say you are. Let's say you don't have unemployment. You just have an account. Maybe your account is, you got $50 in there. You're freaking out. You don't know how you're gonna make it to next week, but you got the $50. Okay. Having $50 in your account, and then the next day you have $0 in your account. That's gonna affect your mental state. Because I remember times having $5 in my account, and I'm like contemplating how am I gonna finesse this into a couple more days. Right? I remember that. If that $5 disappeared, yeah, it's just $5, but my whole world would implode, right? So that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Now, if you're in a society or you're in a spot where there is no kind of digital, you engage in no digital finance, so no prepaid debit cards, no nothing. It's just cash in hand. If that's you, okay, well, maybe fine. But if you engage in any sort of digital transaction whatsoever, it could get a lot freaking worse. That's what I would say.
I feel you. I mean, there are millions of unbanked people, but I hear you.
Mm-hmm. But usually those people have prepaid debit cards. They get taken advantage of, but they have prepaid debit cards.
Oh yeah, that's a racket right there, man.
Absolutely.
Those businesses.
Absolutely. And so those people could still feel more pain, even them. So
I got you. All right, man. Well, we're gonna play some Rocket League. But thank y'all for joining us for the podcast. Definitely let us know what you think about our discussion today. Like, did you buy some GME? You plan to buy some GME? Like, I don't know what you think of all this stuff that's going on.
I gotta throw some $20 at it. See what happens.
Buy you some fractionals right quick.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and hit that like button if you did buy some stocks,
right.
or if you buy some stocks.
Follow
Or
us.
if you did buy some stock.
If you didn't, right? Either way.
That like button just looks pretty good. Just go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Hit the like button so we can buy some stocks.
Oh yeah.
Bruh.
Wow. That's what's important, really.
That's really what's important. Hit that
Right.
subscribe and that like button so we can buy stocks.
Right? We all we got. Help us out. Follow us at Blerdimension everywhere if you haven't already. Namely here on Twitch and on YouTube. We usually stream the podcast live on Twitch Thursday night starting at 10 p.m. And then we start dropping clips on YouTube like the following week. So make sure you hit the bell so you can know we got all that new stuff for you, or on Twitch so you can know when we're live. All right, so we are about to take a real quick intermission, and then we're gonna play some Rocket League. So stay tuned for that, man. We'll be right back.
About to
Oh, I'm gonna
open
be
up
right
a
back.
can or whoop ass. Can
I'm over
whoop
here
Ain't nobody want to hear y'all. Like, oh
customizing
my
my car
god.
and
Let's
shit.
run this, sir. Let's go, Carl. We do this.
What I
We do this.
Twitch
ass.
my Raspberry Pi this whole time, guys.
You did.